Hello, welcome to our fun, exciting, continuing quarantine coverage of online class, which is just fun and wonderful and exciting. I hope everyone is doing well and nobody is sick or having any major problems. So, here's what we're going to be talking about today: the past tense. This is part of a 2-week series. Today, we're going to be talking about the past. Next week, we're going to be talking about the future. Okay? In the very beginning, the very first week of class, we discussed the present tense, what you do today. Most specifically, we talked about things that you do every day. I play games, I read books, he drives a car, she takes a shower. Today, we're changing to focus on the past, okay? Past, talking about anything that's happened before, okay? It could be yesterday, last week, last month, last year, the year 2000, in winter, last summer, in the spring, any time at all that happened before. Okay, if I'm referring to the start of this video, a minute and 25 seconds ago, I would be using the past tense. It is extremely common to use, okay? Now, all that you are going to be doing when you are changing things from the present to the past is changing the verb, okay? That is why these are called verb tenses. Today, I play games. Yesterday, I played games. Okay? That is the only difference here. Everything else is going to be the same. Okay? Now, before we go on, I do want to make one quick important note. These things, time words, when you're talking about when something happened, yesterday, last night, last month, in 2004, whatever you're going to say, time words can come here at the beginning of the sentence. Yesterday, I played games. Or they can come at the end of a sentence. I played games yesterday. Both of those are fine. It cannot come in the middle of a sentence. I yesterday played games. I played yesterday games. Both of those are wrong. Okay? Here or here, beginning or end, both are fine. Okay? Obviously, you're only going to use it once, not twice. Yesterday I played games. Yesterday is a ridiculous sentence. Okay, but what we're mainly going to be talking about today is changing things into the past tense and how you change the verbs. Okay? Good news is it does not change depending on the subject. In the present tense, as I'm sure you remember, I play, but he plays, she plays. If it's one person in the subject, you need to put an S on the end of the verb. You do not need to do that in the past tense. This is not going to change depending on who or how many are in the subject, okay? But it is more complicated for one simple reason. All of the verbs change into the past tense, and there are two different ways that they will do it. Play is what we call a regular verb. All regular verbs, when they change into the past tense, just get an ed on the end. Okay? I played soccer. I watched Avengers Endgame. I started my homework. I finished the book. Okay? These are much simpler. Okay? All you need to do is put the ed on the end. Okay? One important thing, obviously, if the verb already ends with an e, like dance, all you need to do is put a D on the end. You do not need to put another ED, obviously. Okay, and as an important spelling rule, something that many people get wrong, if there is one vowel, like I'm not going to do hate, sorry. Let me come up with a better example. There is one vowel and then one consonant, okay? And the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. If it's one of these and then one other letter, okay? For example, in the word, swim is not a good example. Apologies. For example, the word admit. Okay, I, then a T. One vowel, one consonant. Okay, if you just put an ED here, this will change into a long vowel. Okay, the same as like the difference between hat and hate. Okay, having one vowel and one consonant followed by an E, it becomes a long vowel. So instead of it being admitted, it would become admited, which obviously is not what you want to say. So if there is one vowel and one consonant, what you need to do is take that consonant and write it again. Double consonant rule is what this is called. All right. This spelling rule is not going to come up as much in the past tense as it will as if you're doubling up when you're adding ing, for example, on the end. But it does happen quite a bit. So, just a tiny rule to pay attention to. Now, regular vowels are much easier because they all have the same rules. Just add ed, okay? Played, watched, started, finished. There are a lot of regular verbs. However, the verbs that are used the most frequently are not regular. They are what we call irregular verbs. The bad news about irregular verbs is, number one, there are a lot of them. Number two, they are used very commonly. The words that we use the most in speech are all irregular. And number three, there are no rules to help you figure out what you are going to use. Irregular verbs are just things that you need to memorize. Okay, we're going to go over some of them now, but we're not going to go over all of them because that would take a very long time. These are just things that you need to know how to use, okay? Most common ones, the be verbs. Am, is, are, okay? Both am and is change to was. I was happy. She was crazy. He was handsome. She was beautiful. Okay? Same rule. Are does not. Are changes to were. These are used very, very frequently. The one that you are probably going to use most, for a reason that we're going to talk about in a little bit, is do. Do changes to did. Okay? Eat changes to ate. Drink, drank, get, got, go, went, have, had, say, said. Now, hopefully, you have learned many of these before, okay? Hopefully this is not new information for you. But this is very, very important to know if you are going to be talking. And as an important rule, something that you're going to need to study and understand. And why I'm bringing all of this up is I want to point out there are not rules to help you to understand. There is no real reason that eat and ate change in the way they do. Read becomes read, but it's still spelled the same way, just to be confusing. So there's a list of words that you just need to practice and help you to memorize, okay? Now, the reason that I said did is the most common is in a regular sentence, you do not need it. But if you are going to be changing to make a negative sentence or a question, you are going to be using did, okay? If this is something that is a negative, played games? No, I hate games. You would say, I didn't play games yesterday, okay? And again, this word is in the past, didn't, okay? This word does not need to be. I didn't play games. I didn't played is wrong. I didn't ate dinner is wrong. This word is now going to be in the present tense, just a simple form of that word. I didn't go to school. I didn't do my homework. I didn't read a book, okay? And in a question, same thing. Did goes in the beginning to ask a question. Did you play games? Exactly. Same rule. Did is in the past. Play does not need to be. Okay? Did you eat dinner? Did you go to school? Did you read a book? Did you fight your mom? Did is in the past. Every other word is not. Now, remember, in a yes or no question, the first word is repeated. Did you play games? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Okay? But if it is not a simple yes or no question, if in front you're putting, where did you play games? Who did you play games with? Why did you play games? Then it is a regular sentence. Play will be in the past when you're answering. Oh, I played games at the PC room. I played games with my friends. Okay? I ate dinner with blah, 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 blah. Okay? So that's what I want you to understand. How to make these simple sentences. A positive sentence in the past, a negative sentence using didn't, and a question form using did. Okay? So hopefully this is easy for you to understand. Hopefully you'll be able to talk about the past tense well. Now, here is what I would like you to do for your fun homework assignment. Download the material that you will need. Page number 1. Here, there's a long list of all irregular verbs. None of these are regular. None of these are going to end with an ed. Do your best to fill this in and answer as well as you can what these are going to be in the past tense. For example, number 1, where is it here? It says be. You need to change be into the past. So be, M is are. For the past tense, you're going to write was, were. Okay? Go down the list. This is a long list. Most of these we did not talk about here. Do your best you can. If you do not know, please, you have an internet, look it up. And on the next page, the next side, here they have a lot of different times and what was going on at that time. What I want you to do is finish these sentences. Talk about what that person was doing. Okay, at each time, these words are going to be in the present. Get up. You need to change it to the past. She got up. Okay? Use these words to fill in these sentences. At the bottom, just follow the directions. For this part, the sentence is scrambled. Write it correctly as a regular sentence. And here, fill in the blanks using the correct form of those verbs. Okay? Understand? Great. The next page. This is the part about your last vacation. The last time that you went anywhere. Okay? This is describing a holiday because this paper is from England. In England, they call it holiday. In America, we call it a vacation. So, what you need to do is look at the answers they give you. Okay? You need to make questions. All right. Look at the clues they are giving and make good questions using did to ask. Okay. Down here at the bottom, here where it says you, answer these questions truthfully about you. So for each one, it says, when did you last go on holiday? Answer, when did you last go on holiday? Was it for Christmas, New Year's? Did you go somewhere last summer, last winter? Anytime. The last trip that you went on, talk about, okay? The questions that you have made, you need to answer here. Now, sadly, if we were doing this in class, you would also be interviewing other people, asking the same questions. It would be fun and wonderful. We cannot do that now. If there is someone there with you who knows the answers to these questions, great. Interview them. That would be wonderful. Okay, on the last page, what I would like you to do, here is a long list of questions all about the simple past. What I want you to do is pick out 10 questions. Any 10 from this list that you would like to answer. Make a video answering these questions truthfully about you. Okay, post that online. Like, oh, what was the best meal you ate recently? Oh, I ate sushi in Jeju-do. It was wonderful. Okay, answer it as well as you can. All of these are going to be in the past tense using past tense verbs. So please do that homework, post it online. I know many of you have been doing a good job suffering through these boring videos. And like I said, next week we're going to be talking about the future tense, and hopefully it will be fun and wonderful. And all of this will be over soon, and we'll be able to meet back up and talk together in class. So until then, cheers.